Well, good morning, everybody, and welcome to Sales Mastery 6. Today we got John Hill. Welcome, John Hill.
Thank you.
John's the man when it comes to converting tenants to buyers. And I remember watching him wander around property management and bringing them donuts and bribing all of them, trying to get those leads and for those tenants, and then turning them into sale after sale after sale. Rookie of the year, right?
Rookie of the year, the first year here.
Yeah, and I think he broke $100,000 just off converting those tenants his first year. So I mean, really good stuff. And we've had him on before, but never on camera. And everybody was geeking out about how great it was. So I thought I'd have him back and share it. And so when he talks about converting tenants to buyers, don't forget he's also referring to your first-time buyers. And because most all people have rented at some point, or even if they were staying with their parents or whatever. So the coaching, how he coaches them up to get them ready for buying, applies to all first-time buyers. So, John, welcome in. Yes. You want to jump right in?
I'll jump right in.
All right.
First, I want to clarify converting. What I do is help people. I see people that are people first. They have needs, they have wants, and they're out there in this challenging market. Nobody's answering the phone. I would challenge everybody here in the room to look within a 5-mile radius of your own home, so that would be easy for you to show that rental, and try calling the agent. Just try calling the agent to see the availability, how many applications they have in. They won't answer. And imagine you having a family and wanting to provide a roof over their head, and the house that they're living in is being sold, and they don't want an eviction and they want to move, and nobody's answering the phone. They're calling on Zillow leads that have already been rented out 2 months ago, and they're just not updating. So they have no access to the MLS. They have no access to somebody that can represent them in a way to help them provide for their family. And when I saw that need, it was an easy, I've leased as many houses out as I have sold, okay? And the people that I've leased to have wrote me some of the best reviews. So that makes me look good on Yelp and Zillow and Google when these people are saying, John answers his phone, John helped us get into a home when nobody else was out there. Do you know how that goes around at a family gathering when somebody talks about having needs and real estate needs? You gotta call John Hill. In fact, I want to give a shout out to Mike Murphy, happy birthday. I helped on a Sunday show them a house 2 blocks from where I live. They couldn't even get the house. They ended up on my street, and they referred me a waterfront buyer for $680,000, okay? In fact, anybody that comes across their path that discusses real estate, John Hill, okay?
Perfect.
So I'm in the relationship business, I'm in a people business, and I had a woman, 17 years at Winco. 17 years at Winco, staying in a motel with her 2 dogs, running out of money because the cost of a motel was extremely high. We could not get them approved in a rental. Couldn't. Credit score was too low. And the dogs, no pets. No pets, no bad credit, no this, no that. She's in a pool home in Sun City. And she had just lost her husband and was ill. I mean, it was tragic. For me to help them get into a house was phenomenal. The kind of rewards you don't get when you get $100,000 over asking from somebody who just sold their house for $1 million and is downsizing it to $600,000. That's nice for a paycheck, but it's not nice for the long term when they tell their friends, yeah, so-and-so represented me, got me to pay $100,000 over. How about I had nowhere to go, I had nothing, and they spent the time to educate me on how to get into a home, even if it's just educating them to get into a rental. So I tell people, 2 most recent pay stubs, 2 most recent bank statements, picture of the pets, picture of your driver's license. If you have Credit Karma, put it all together, scan it to your own email, and have it ready. So when you see a house you like, you just put forward to whatever agent it is or property management. It's important that they're first. Our property management is first come, first serve. So 15 people look at a house, 15 people fill out apps. You would think the first person that put it in an app would, no. They're the first one acknowledge, and then they respond saying, now me paycheck stubs, proof of income, bank statements, driver's license, pictures of pets, and then they're first in line once they provided that. So if you're fifth in line, because you say, I don't want to fill out an app, and I don't want to do this, and I don't want to do that, and if I don't like the house, you lost. You lost for your client, and it's going to be very difficult. You want to be first, you want to be prepared. It's like going for an interview for a job and asking for an application and a pen, opposed to having a resume and dressed and you're ready to go to work. You know, you want to be prepared. I put one person in, and don't think about the commission, because some of them are $50, some of them are $100. You're not doing this for the commission. You're not doing this because you might be able to convert them into a sale. You're doing this because they're a human being that has needs, and you're one of the few people that can help them. And that goes a long way. And they don't care how much you know about loans and housing and real estate until they know how much you care. You show you care, and if you don't care, you better get some semblance of caring. You know, look like you care. Ask them the right questions. What are your needs? I know everybody has wants. I want a pool home, I want a 5-bedroom, and I want a view. What are your needs? You need a 3-bedroom. Can you get away with a 2-bedroom with an office or a bonus room? Can you get away with, do you need a wheelchair accessibility? Do you need a yard because you got small kids or pets? Okay? Does it have to be a house? And if you don't ask, a lot of times they don't know to volunteer what their needs are. But once you find out their wants, their needs, where do they work? How far are they willing to go from where they're at now? Because I just did a radius from Corona to Temecula and just drew a circle out to Hemet and said, how many available rentals are there right now? 62. Now I put absolutely no pets, went down to 30.
Wow.
Okay? So I take the pets out, and then I say, let's say they don't have pets. We got 62 to choose from, take out the seniors, you know, then you lose 15, 20. Okay, they're not seniors. Now how about, I want to be able to show these people a house because I want to meet them, look them in the eye, and see if I can work with them, if they can work with me, if they're going to be cooperative, or are they going to be difficult? Because to be honest, I'm at a position where I can only work with people that are willing to do what it takes to get the house, whether it's a buy or a rent. I cannot work with people that, let me get back to you in a few days. Okay, it's gone, and we can't do this. You really got to impress upon them the sense of urgency that it takes to get into a house to buy or to sell, okay, or to rent. And they're all the same. They're people that have real estate needs, and we're realtors. So,
Next question?
Next question.
Okay, so the one thing I do want to say is that I met a guy, he was one of the richest real estate agents I'd ever met in my life. And I asked him, what's your secret? And he said, well, he goes, if someone comes to me and they want me to sell their 36-unit apartment complex, I'll take it. He goes, if somebody comes to me and says that they need to find somewhere to rent or even a room to rent, he goes, I will take it. He said, you have to treat the tenant that needs help the same way that you treat the person that has the 36 units, and he said that's been the key to my success. So it sounds familiar, huh?
Yes.
Okay.
Very much.
So the big question that I think everybody would have is, so you guys know there's plenty of tenants out there, and it's funny because in our company, when we get all the leads that roll through like our lead router and stuff, a rental call will come through our lead router, which is our Coldwell Banker lead generating system, and he will turn it down, and then she turns it down, and then she turns it down, and then he turns it down, and it literally will bounce around for about a month before somebody finally takes it just to get rid of it. So that being the case, we're all out there avoiding tenants. But one of the other things I wanted to add is when somebody is looking to rent or needs a place, a lot of people will just turn them down and say no without asking the magic question. And the magic question is, do you have anything to sell? And why are you renting? That would be my question, because if a lot of times people are turning down tenants, I'm sure you've seen it,
Yeah.
and they're getting a divorce. and they just need somewhere to stay before they get their financial situation. They're going to buy again, so they have something to sell. So just be aware that everybody also, you don't know their situation until you dig in. So that'd be one of the things I want to add. So, so John, we get somebody that shows up at property management. They are looking for a rental, and you're starting to get this little smell that maybe you can convert this person to a buyer. What would the process look like we'll just use Jessica right here.
Okay.
So Jessica is looking to, just find a place to rent here in the Valley.
First, I get all Jessica's needs in the house, okay? If she has pets, I'm going to search for houses that allow for pets, okay? After I get the needs, I get the budget. How much do you make, gross, you and how many adults are going to be in the household? I need to know the entire gross because on the MLS, it says 2.5 times whatever the rent is as far as an income qualification. Some say 3 times. And with a moratorium on the rentals, some want a very large deposit. Then I would ask about debt. Do you know your credit scores? What am I dealing with? When was the last time your credit was run? All these questions, you're interviewing them, okay, basically, to see if you can help them. And unfortunately, you can't help everyone, okay? But the ones you can help, I think we have an obligation to try, okay? And when you're trying to help them, I don't even talk about okay. There was a couple that after months of getting in the challenges, 2000 started on an up call from her friend who was inquiring for her. And I said, okay, no problem. Let's see what's out there. I'm not going to say no, you can't do that. I'm not going to say no until I can build a relationship.